There you go, Corey. Thanks. All right, guys, injuries from the game. Greenlaw, right calf, never returned. Leonard Floyd, shoulder, did return. Jalen Moore, quad, did not return. Aaron Banks, knee, did not return. D. Winters, chest, did not return. Go ahead.
They moved Banks out pretty quickly in the press box. Does that denote the seriousness of that?
Yeah, I mean, they thought it was most likely an MCL.
MCU.
What can you tell us about Dre's situation? Is that a reason for concern, the cap?
I mean, it can be. It was the fourth play, or one of the first four plays. I know it was the first drive. He felt tightness in the calf, so once that happened, we shut him down. So we'll see if he pulled it or anything, but we're going to test any more after that.
Kyle, he had tendonitis in that leg last year at the end, Achilles tendonitis. Is there a connection between the two things? Do you know?
The Achilles tendonitis last year to the calf today?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Kyle, you guys were officially eliminated from the playoffs even before kickoff, so were you aware of that? And then just what kind of pall, I guess, did that cast over the game?
No, I wasn't aware of that, but that wouldn't have did nothing with the game. I mean, we kind of had that vibe last week. I know it wasn't official, but we understand numbers, so we kind of knew that last week.
At what point did you learn that playoff contention had been eliminated?
I mean, I knew pretty much was last week. So, I mean, they told me after the game here that it was official with those two games, but we understand what 1% chances or whatever it was. So, pretty much last week.
Kyle, what's just the penalties, everything, and just how you feel about, I mean, what did you tell you guys after the game?
That no matter what's going on, when you have those penalties like that, you don't deserve to win. You know, the offense, the biggest thing was the lack of concentration. And we should have first and goal at the 2, no problem. And 3 plays before that, we have 2 guys line up on the ball. And then we overcame it with Debo's play there on 3rd and 8. But we didn't because we had 2 guys off the ball. That was a big one. And then to miss the field goal after that. The defense, 3 drives where you have a personal foul on all 3 of those drives. I think 2 of them ended up in points. But that was stuff that we can control, and I didn't get to see them all, but you can't have 3 personal fouls on 3 drives in the second half and expect to win.
As a coach, just how does that make you feel, like these mistakes that keep happening this late into the season?
I mean, just, you know, I'm not going to say that they keep happening when it comes to penalties. Some weeks are worse than others. Today was as bad as it gets. You know, I know we're in the front half of the league when it comes to penalties, but today was, you know, the situations when we got those penalties, how we got them, that was real disappointing.
Did you see the second Pearsall legal formation penalty before it happened? Did you know that was going to be a penalty?
No, I didn't. We went on the quick count, so we need 1 guy on and 1 guy off.
What did you see on Purdy's interception?
It looked like he was going to try to layer the ball over whoever the nickel was, and as he was throwing it, he got hit, so he wasn't able to.
With Dre bringing him out, was that precautionary? Could he have gone back in if you guys needed it?
I mean, we didn't even discuss it. So once we heard about his calf, we shut him down.
Kyle, is it hard for you, your 4th-string running back and the 3rd-string left tackle and 2nd-string guard, on and on? Is it hard, given that type of injury situation, to kind of judge Brock and his performance, or do you say no, you still got to overcome a lot of this stuff?
I mean, you look at each play. I mean, you don't. That's why you watch film, and you don't try to just have a sentence to define the whole game and get on that plane and watch a lot of the film. Yeah, it makes it tougher and stuff with those situations, but just as a team, like, regardless of those situations, those penalties I just discussed, I don't want to get into the situations with injuries. We had every opportunity to win that game, but you don't give yourself an opportunity when you make some of those mistakes.
How you mentioned earlier things you can control. With as many injuries as you've had this season, it seems like a few times after games you talk about that, things you can control. Is that, how much source of frustration, I guess, is that some of this is stuff, isn't the opponent, it's stuff you can control?
Yeah, that's my big frustration. I understand when your backs are against the wall and you have an uphill battle, but when you got 1st and goal at the 2 and you make it 3rd and goal at the 18 or whatever that is, and you miss a kick and it's completely something that you've done on your own, that's very frustrating. It makes it much harder.
Kittle and Debo seem to be having some of the vintage kind of performances out there. What does that say about them amid the circumstances here?
I mean, that's how I expect them to play every week. Those guys are good players, and circumstances to me don't change anything. When you get an opportunity to make a play, I expect guys to do it, and expect those guys to do it as much as anyone in this league.
When you've
But
got
the person-
backups, you got backups in at left tackle and left guard, does that restrict the plays that you call, or are you calling plays differently because of that setup?
Well, you got to think about all that stuff. Everything goes into it, but you also got to look at what the score is, the time on the clock, down and distance, what they're playing. But everything goes into what you decide on the play call.
Kyle,
With the
what was your
personal foul
confidence?
penalties, especially the one on Lenore, obviously they can't happen, but how much of that do you think is frustration boiling over on your part just because toward the season's gone?
None.
What was your confidence level in Jake Moody right now?
I mean, it wasn't good out there missing that kick. You know, I don't know exactly what happened on the snap and the hold, but that's one he's got to make.
How much time did Burford get a tackle this week, or has he got it?
He's been getting it all year.
It's,
Yeah,
Tua completed a lot
he's
of
been our
passes.
third all year. So just,
Tua completed a lot of passes to running backs in this game. How do you think he did defending Tua?
I mean, Tua completes a. I mean, he's the league in completions. I mean, that's what he's great at. So he does a good job at that. Our goal was to play more of the pass, and we knew we'd give up some in the run game. Try to get him to third down. That's what was so frustrating about those 3 penalties. I thought we would have got him to third down, especially on one of them. Gave him some freebies, and you give them too many. I mean, Tua's going to make some good throws. I thought he made some big ones today, but that wasn't the reason we lost. It was accumulation of things.
Kel, I hear the opening drive, you had 3rd and 1, and then Taylor got stopped short. It looked like maybe he did have it. Did you not get a good angle? Do you consider challenging that?
I didn't get a good angle, but they said upstairs they didn't think we'd win, so it was a tough short yardage not to get.
You're obviously preoccupied with today, but this is the first time you've been in this stadium since the Super Bowl. Does that enter your mind at all?
I did a little bit when I got into my coach's locker room, but nothing with the game or anything.
You guys good? All right, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.